Dear students, today we are going to do a lesson from class 11 English textbook Hornbill, and the name of the lesson is Discovering Tut, the saga continues. Now this is a story about an Egyptian pharaoh. Pharaoh is a king, an Egyptian king whose name was Tutankhamun and called as Tut in the story, who died young, and there were some mysteries behind his death. He was the last of his dynasty, that is, his kingdom ended after his death. And the two questions, the two mysteries behind his death were the cause of his death. Why? What was the cause behind his death? And the age when he died. He died very young, and for the purpose of solving these two mysteries, his mummy was subjected to repeated scrutiny in order to find out these two mysteries behind his death. Now, his mummy is the preserved body. The Egyptians used to preserve the bodies of their kings because they had a strong belief that their kings would come back to life. They believed in resurrection, that is rebirth. They believed that their kings would come back to life after death. So they preserved the bodies of their kings in the form of mummies, in the tombs, in pyramids, and they buried all the treasures, things of daily use with these mummies in their tombs. Now, King Tut's mummy, 3,300 years old, was discovered. The tomb, King Tut's tomb was discovered in 1922 in the Valley of Kings. Now, when this mummy was discovered, this tomb was discovered, and it was believed that the richest treasures of the world were buried with his mummy. So, the archaeologist Howard Carter, a British archaeologist, he tried to find out those treasures, because if he did not do that, the thieves would have done it. They would have ransacked his mummy, removed the treasures. So, in order to keep those treasures intact, he tried to remove those treasures and keep them preserved. So in 1922, when his tomb was discovered, Howard Carter, he found out the richest treasures of the world buried with his mummy in the tomb. It was preserved in a gold coffin, and then all gold artifacts, bracelets, armlets, the sheaths for the fingers, so many things were there with the treasures, as well as all the things of daily use, the clothes, then the oils, perfumes, so many other things were there buried with his mummy in the tomb. So, this Howard Carter, he was a British archaeologist, but when he was trying to remove those treasures, it was not easy, because one layer after the other he removed and the body was inside. When he reached the mummy inside, which was at the bottom of the coffin, he found that it had got cemented to the bottom of the gold coffin. And because of the layer of resins which was spread beneath the body, and that had become very hard, and the body had got cemented to it. Now, in order to remove those treasures, he had to chisel away King Tut's body. That is, he had to remove it, and for that purpose, he first tried to keep it in the sun in the highest of temperatures, so that the resins beneath the body would melt sun's heat could melt them, but it did not happen. Then he had to chisel the body beneath the he had to chisel it away. That is, removing it with the help of sharp instruments. So he had to severe cut the head, then the joints. He removed the treasures and then placed all those parts back again and put them at the bottom of the coffin, and again the mummy was kept inside the coffin. Now, this was highly resented. Howard Carter's way of removing these treasures, the way he treated this mummy, was highly resented because everybody said that it was unethical. But Howard Carter said that if he had not done that, if he had not removed the treasures, thieves would have done it. So he gave that reason for all this. Now, Zahi Hawass, the Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities. Antiquities means ancient times. These people who studied the things of ancient times for the purpose of investigation. Zahi Hawass was the Secretary General of this Supreme Council of Antiquities. He was very seriously worried because after some years, the X-ray, the discovery of X-ray was there. King Tut's mummy was X-rayed and it was found that the chest bone was missing, the rib cage was missing. So Zahi Hawass got worried, and with the passage of time, more advancements in science and technology took place, and there was the CT scan. So on January 5, 2005, King Tut's mummy was once again taken out of its tomb for the purpose of CT scan. And Zahi Hawass wanted to find out whether the body was intact or not. Now there was the curse of the Pharaoh. Pharaoh's curse was that god of afterlife, Osiris, they all believed that god of afterlife kept a watch on all the mummies, and if anybody disturbed the mummy, curse would fall on him. And when this mummy was being taken out, there was a strong storm, dark clouds in the sky, the weather was very rough. Everybody thought that the anger of gods is going to fall on them. And a heavy dust storm was there, which caused obstructions in the operation of the CT scan machine. But then, after the CT scan, around more than hundreds of images were taken from various angles, and the body was kept back in its place. And then the reports of the CT scan revealed that the body was intact, no part of the body was missing. But the two questions still remain unsolved. The two questions were, how old was King Tut when he died, and what was the cause of his death? These two mysteries are still there. They are not solved yet. But King Tut was the first one whose mummy was CT scanned. So when he was alive, he was ahead of his countrymen, and when he died, his mummy was the first one to be scanned. So King Tut was regal in life as well as in death. There are some aspects of the lesson which has not been covered in the summary, but they will be covered in the question answers.